Hey, what's up, guys? It's Virak. I got a pretty busy week ahead of me, and I thought maybe I'd make a vlog about a little behind the scenes of a week in the life of. So I'm here at my computer desk. This is pretty much my regular setup. I've got obviously Facebook because I live through Facebook. I've been checking emails and getting ready to go to my first location, which is the National Press Building. So I got to go to the National Press Building. Then I'm going down to a charter school to do a video shoot. Tomorrow I have my PhotoFest event. So I've actually been working on doing some promotional work for that event. I have my list of places I'm going. Coca-Cola is bad for you. Don't drink it, but I'm addicted to that stuff. And of course, if I need to watch movies or edit videos, I do it on the bigger screen here. Up top is where I keep my calendar, just to kind of get a snapshot of what day it is, etc., etc. I've got other projects going on. Connection the movie, that's my PhotoFest binder, and some of my favorite knickknacks, etc. Of course, you have to have alcohol, whatever. I know this looks hella messy, but this is how it goes. This is the real stuff. All right, so I'm getting ready to start the day. So the first thing I do is I go to my rack where I kind of keep everything. So every time I come back home, I throw everything on this rack. I take my cameras out and I charge everything. Normally I have another outlet. So this is where my charging station is. I charge all my batteries. I've already put them where they need to go. And from here, I kind of choose the bags that I need for the day. So I know that I'm doing a video shoot. So I'm taking the crane, so I'm taking that crane that goes with me, and I can leave those bags, and I'm taking this, actually, so this bag is empty, actually. Well, no, it's got my computer, so it's got my computer bag. Actually, yeah, I will take that. Alright, so I use a toolbox to carry some of my audio equipment, audio and lighting equipment, and so cables, you can never have enough cables, battery chargers. And do I need to bring this whole thing? We'll see. Alright, so I got my microphones, a couple filters, and more wires and batteries. So again, I like to use this toolbox because it protects my equipment. And I'll leave, do I need that? So I'll leave those cameras behind because I'm not doing a photo shoot. I've got an assortment of lenses that I'll never actually really use. I'm just kind of keep them there. But if I ever need them, depending on what kind of shoot I'm going to, then I'll pick that up. But again, I don't need that. And of course, this is where I keep my wallet and keys when I come home, so they're in one place and I know exactly where they are. Okay, so my car is always friggin' packed, mostly with photo studio equipment. Normally I would actually take that out and put it in my backyard, but I have PhotoFest tomorrow, so it stays. That's why I have like these black liners for the baby powder shoot. And yeah, I'm at my first stop because the most important thing that you can have is coffee. So every morning I actually stop across the street at the 7-Eleven to get coffee. And I finally downloaded the app because I drink enough of their coffee to try to get some reward points. And I actually ended up using my rolling bag. I changed that up because the other box got too heavy, and again, I needed to be mobile for this particular shoot, so I'm taking a rolling bag instead, so everything is in there. All right, going to the first stop. Okay, and I just came out of the National Press Building because downstairs they have a place called F8 Rentals where you can kind of rent camera equipment, and I just came to rent out some triggers. There it is. So I rented two of these triggers for PhotoFest tomorrow. Now, I could buy my own set. The only thing is, they're about $200 and I can't justify the cost. Now, let me talk about that. Now, a lot of people will go buy expensive camera equipment and say they're photographers and they want to start a business. But if you're going to run a business, I think you need to understand that the purpose of running a business is to earn money. And if you're spending $6,000 to $10,000 in camera equipment to run a business, you have to consider how many photo shoots do I have to do until I recover those costs? And I don't think that's a smart way of doing it. Now, if you want to go buy a $6,000 camera and take pictures because you just like to, cool. But if you're doing it because you want to run a business, it's not the right thing to do. So what I like to do is actually rent expensive camera equipment and add that to the cost of my overall shoot. So I'll just charge it to the client. So if I'm doing a shoot for, I don't know, let's say $600 and I have to rent $100 in equipment, I'll just add it on. So it's $700 to do the shoot. Simple mathematics. That way I'm guaranteed to make a profit, I'm guaranteed to make my money back. I can use the heck out of this equipment and return it. And because once they upgrade to different cameras and stuff, I'll rent it for the same price. Simple mathematics. Okay, the time is 12 o'clock and I've got an hour to get to my next event, and I like to get there early so I can prepare, grab all my equipment, and get things ready. Let's go. But just let me know what costs are associated and see what we can work out. But if we can nail down a location today, that'd be ideal. And let me know if anyone's available for Saturday night after 4 o'clock.
Contact them. How do you want me to do that?
I need you. Can you do both? I'm like overwhelmed busy. Like I actually got to get going right now because I have 20 minutes to get to this next place. That's pretty much my day so far. It's a bunch of phone calls in between locations, and I've actually just arrived at my next location where I'm going to be doing some video shooting. I'm back home, and the first thing I do every time I come back from a project is I put everything on charge. So here's my charging station, and the first thing I do is I set up my charging station, and I'm going to take everything out. I'm going to take the batteries out of this camera. I'm going to start charging everything. I've already started taking everything out and setting them aside. I like to have everything on full power. So step one, charge your batteries. Okay, step number 2, this is one of my older computers. So the next thing I do is I actually make up backup folders. So this is my backup hard drive now. So I use this computer for backup, and I put everything off the cart indiscriminately into the folders on this first computer over here. Once I finish backing up the files, I make another copy onto the portable computer. So I put everything on the laptop. This is where I do all of my work, especially since most of the work that I do calls for me to be mobile. And then I put everything on computer number 3 as a third way of backup. Now, here's the third computer that I use. So I back everything up 3 times for paid projects. So obviously this is a project that I'm working on that I was paid for. Therefore, I want to make sure that none of the data is lost because it's going to take me forever to recover that stuff.